what I was experiencing and feeling. I recall on several occasions I would be vocal or express certain things, and I remember feeling like that. Mm, I remember that the way that that was received when I was vocal about things really challenged me, and it made me not want to be as expressive and as open and sharing because of the way that that was received. Not every time, of course, not, but there were occasions where like it it really affected me, and so I just like noticed myself contracting and not really able to really open up myself anymore. Like there had been too much history there. And it's hard, like I can't undo the past. The past happened, and certain events happened, and actions happened, and words happened, and they leave an imprint, and they affect you, and for me, I guess it just like reached the point where it it was just like a lot, like I felt like I needed to draw the line and carve out space for me, and it was just like it became like really sore and really tender, um and I was feeling sad about it, and like every time that we talked it would kind of bring up old things that I wasn't okay with and that I hadn't addressed during the relationship, right? But they were still there, and they felt like very like they like the pain was still there and the sadness, and right, there's not blame, right? Because I understand that like we live in this world of suffering and a lot of pain and confusion, and we're all in this together. And I have a lot of empathy, but at the same time, like I know that certain things that happened, like I acknowledge that it was painful, um, that's not to say that certain actions on my part weren't perceived also as painful and hurtful to him. I'm sure, like certain times he was confused or he felt hurt or sad. I'm sure he went through his own emotions, but I know that speaking for myself, I just went through a lot, and sometimes I think that almost that he has no idea. Like I think that he doesn't know how the extent that certain things affected me. I think he didn't realize certain things that he said that maybe he thought were just like, oh, no problem at all. It was something that, and I recognize, this is like a sensitivity of me. I'm a sensitive individual, and but I think we just have different ways of navigating the world and living life, and that's natural and that's fine. And I just it's kind of like I was recognizing that I didn't want to be in a partnership with this person anymore, but it was hard for me to rewrite that, or to kind of like rewrite the story of our relationship such that, okay, now we're friends, now our connection is different. Because every time the two of us showed up together, it was like, you can't, it's like it's already been created that there's this union, and there's a certain amount of connection and relationship, and it's really wound together. And so every time that we came together, it's like that was there. And if I no longer want that, then when that shows up, it's like it started to become uncomfortable, and I was very sad about it because, okay, all of a sudden here, we were talking and here's this relationship again, but I would see a relationship that hurt me and that I felt sadness around, and I felt like we were going different ways, and so it couldn't work. It couldn't work for me, and I wasn't angry about that. I wasn't upset at this person. There's total forgiveness for everything, total forgiveness and total love. And at the same time, I just, so I was like faced with this dissonance of we're not together, but when we talk, it's like it's still there. And I couldn't reconcile these two. Like, if I'm to move forward with my life, but I'm still like in this like really deep union and going through things, then how do I continue living my life and you know explore other relationships and open my heart to other beings, and not even that that's something that I'm really like leaning into necessarily. Like, I'm open to that, but I'm not like out, searching the streets or like looking for someone. Yeah, mainly I'm working on myself, and I'm loving myself and honoring myself, listening to myself, and yeah, it's just a powerful self-study, which I think is the most important thing, right? Ultimately, like, we are all alone and we are independent on our own, even when we're in partnership. And that spaciousness, even in partnership, like, it's so essential to honor that, like, two fully sovereign beings, and they come together and share space, but at the same time, like, fully sovereign and living their highest truth. And ultimately, if they really like nurture and inspire and shine light on one another and make each other feel good, and like are able to grow together, then that's really beautiful. And for whatever reason, like, there had been already like too much pain from me, from myself. I recognize my role in that how I responded to certain situations, and there was a higher way for me to respond rather than shutting down and shutting my voice. One way that I did respond was that I would walk away sometimes, like I would just up and leave. And then I thought that it was over. I thought, like, okay, like, I don't want this anymore. Like, what is going on here? What is happening in this relationship? This doesn't work for me. This doesn't feel good. And I would leave and go back to my life and what felt more in alignment, more true to me. And then, some time would pass and my partner would re-engage conversation and connect, and it would seem like he was coming from a different place, or like, maybe he had had some insights, or maybe he really was shifting and transforming some things within himself too. And so, I would open my heart back up and open my life and welcome him back. And I think, like, I'm very quick to forgive, and at the same time, like, I really need to honor when I'm feeling a certain way and why that is. And if I need space and I need a change in the nature of the relationship, then that's okay. That's it's okay. Life is change, life is flux, and relationships change, relationships come and go. It's natural, and sometimes we learn things really quickly and the relationship is really short and then it dissolves. And sometimes, we dance together for a longer time. And this was a super intense relationship. Lots of lessons, lots of emotional breakthroughs, lots of, so I really thank and honor my partner for um, helping me see so much about myself and really shine a mirror back to myself, and to be able to see um, ways that I can transform how I show up in relationship. So I'm much more conscious and intentional from the beginning. I am good with the self-honor piece and listening to my inner guidance. And I feel like relationships there's greater potential to flourish there if, everyone's really standing firm in their truth. And I'd been really meek in that, and I see that. So thank you so much for being such a beautiful part of my life. Thank you. Please forgive me for yet again disconnecting. It does feel very important for me right now to have this space. I didn't feel like I had sufficient space. And I need that. I really need that right now. It's helping me a lot. I'm really doing a lot of self-study, learning a lot about myself right now. Some very much needed lessons, challenging at times, but beautiful lessons. So thank you. Thank you so much. I love you. Thank you. And I hope that there's peace between us, that you can forgive me. So I'm learning. We're all learning. We're all in this together. Thank you.